Incredible, incredible, incredible. We got people tuning in from all over the world. We're just under 2,400 people on the call tonight. Just about under 2,400 people on the call tonight. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, guys, I'm feeling super excited. I'm feeling super fired up. We have an incredible evening ahead of us. Get those 777s in the chat box. Continue to run. Get those 777s in the chat box. Continue to run, guys. So real quick, before we get this whole call started off, my biggest tip and advice right now is to make sure you have some notes out. We always say, right, note takers are money makers, but notes are a visual representation of all your hard work. And about 90% of the information that you hear tonight or you see tonight, you're definitely not going to remember. You're only going to remember the information that you are going to write down, right? So I definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, recommend you guys take out a sheet of paper, because once I got involved and was able to really see this type of information, it really changed the entire game for me in the way that I was actually going to invest into cryptocurrency. When I got involved with NFTs, it really changed my perspective on really the world and how we were really in front of an entire revolution. So make sure you guys are taking notes on this entire call. And the next person I'm going to actually bring up that's going to be speaking on the entire NFT space and how it's kind of changing the entire landscape of the world. You know, we have two special guests on that are going to be talking about the metaverse and NFT, but this next gentleman is somebody that I've learned a ton from. He's been able to provide so much value to tens of thousands of people from all across the entire world. And on top of that, he's been able to help a lot of people, no income claims, a lot of people make a lot of money, right? Because the right type of information can change your entire situation. And we got two of the best in the world on here tonight that's about to really drop some sauce for you guys. So that way you can take this information and go back and really apply it and run with it. So guys, drop some 777s in the chat box for my brother. Okay, Mr. Zachary Hogan from Trade House. Zach, take it away for us. Break down what this NFT hype is all about. How are people making money? What is this entire whole other world that people are looking into, bro? Take it away for us.
Yo, I am super excited and grateful. Much love, John, for putting this together. This has been an amazing week. We've had so much amazing information within the digital currency world. And I don't have much time here with you tonight, so I really want to provide you as much value as possible. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Zachary Hogan. I've been trading and investing and studying the markets for almost about 8 years now. And one of the things that really caught my attention was NFTs. And when I first found this space, I was blown away. And some of the examples that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight as I help you understand what NFTs are and why these are such a significant thing today, I really have the intention to help you appreciate where things are going, because once I understood how NFTs were changing the game, it allowed me to really elevate in my understanding of how things are coming into play. So I want to go ahead and I want to share my screen with you, because I know that there are a lot of you on here who have never even really studied anything related to NFTs. And so real quick, just from the top down, if you're thinking, what is an NFT? What is this all about? I want to walk you through this. An NFT stands for non-fungible token. And a non-fungible token basically represents unique data that's stored on a blockchain. So NFTs, they are changing the world. The reason why is because NFTs allow us to have proof of ownership inside of the digital space. NFTs are non-fungible because if you think about it, every single NFT is unique and they all vary in value. So if you ever found yourself thinking, what are NFTs? What could become an NFT? What are these things even all about? The exciting thing about all of this is that NFTs can literally become whatever you think of. There are so many big brands that have taken that first step into being involved with the NFT space. We've got brands like Twitter who are in the process of implementing NFT profile verification. We've got brands like Nike. Okay, I know a lot of you like shoes, working on building a family tree, so to speak, so that you can verify where the shoes came from, whether they're the first ones that were made or whether they're a spin-off down the line. And there are even big exchanges like Coinbase that are looking to capitalize and build an internal NFT marketplace. Now, even though all of these things are in the future and they're being developed right now, there are so many ways that we're seeing NFTs today mix in with the world that we're living in right now. I want to walk through 3 examples that I feel everyone is going to be able to resonate with in some way. And I figure what better thing to just kick things off than music. In March of 2021, the band Kings of Leon was the first to release an entire album as an NFT. And basically the way that they did this was they sold 3 different types of NFTs. The first one, of course, it was the album. You buy the NFT, you get a digital copy of the album. Not so different than what it might look like if you were purchasing a song off of iTunes. But the cool thing about buying this NFT is that you actually owned the album. And if you wanted to, you could resell that to somebody else. The second NFT that they dropped, it included some exclusive concept art. And the third NFT that they released was incredibly unique because what they decided to do was change the game by bundling in live concert perks, such as getting front row VIP seats for the rest of your life as long as you own that NFT. So like literally imagine being able to purchase an NFT from your favorite musician and you get guaranteed front row VIP access for the rest of your life, as long as you own the NFT. There are so many big names in the music industry that are getting involved with NFTs. People like Snoop Dogg, Deadmau5, Avenged Sevenfold, amongst many others. And what's even better about the music industry specifically is that there are some musicians today who are selling songs as NFTs, and they decided to share their royalties with the fans who own their NFTs. So what I want you to do, drop a 7 in the chat if you like the idea of owning an NFT that makes it possible to support your favorite musicians and potentially get paid for doing so. Personally, I think that that's super exciting. So go ahead, drop a 7 if you like the idea of being able to support a musician while simultaneously giving yourself the ability to get paid for doing so. Incredible, super exciting stuff. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you about is art. And art is one of those things that our society has placed value on. We have those original Pablo Picassos and the Mona Lisas. And what we're looking at right now is actually a virtual art gallery. As we walk around, we're able to see different examples of art that have been created from people all over the world. And what's incredible about NFTs is that they're not limited in the same way, shape, or form that traditional art pieces might be. We can see that ones like this, it's animated. And there are products in development right now that are going to allow you to literally display art pieces like this inside of your home with the verification that it is a true and authentic NFT. As we walk around throughout the art gallery, some of these pieces have music associated with them as well. And even something like these big ones on the wall. What's really crazy is that if we were to go traditionally into a museum or an art gallery, and if you wanted to buy an art piece like this, can you imagine how challenging it would be to actually transport the piece of art of this size? That would be very difficult to move it from the art gallery to wherever you wanted it. Now, the cool thing about NFTs in this particular format is that we have the ability to actually go and look at all of the information related to it. This particular art piece, for example, is a Fidenza number 460. And what's really cool about this, if we read through the description and we come over here to one of the NFT marketplaces, we can actually see that this particular art piece was created by an algorithm. And so now we have these unique ways of being able to create art and display art. And if you're somebody that has an eye for detail, maybe you're a really great photographer, or maybe you're really good at painting, or maybe you're really good at drawing, whether that's with a pen and paper or with something like Photoshop. NFTs have allowed people like you and me an opportunity to create, doing whatever it is that we love, and have access to the entire world for our market. And the icing on the cake about NFTs, if you see this little blue check mark, if you're taking notes, which you should be, I would encourage you to make a note of this. The fact that we can see right here that this is a verified collection can give us additional confidence that whatever it is that we may be buying into, whatever NFTs that we're looking to purchase, that verification, that blue check mark, again, it can give us that additional confidence that what we're getting is actually real, it's authentic. And so this gives us unique insight, because as we browse through these various marketplaces, even if we go and search Fidenza, we're going to come across counterfeits like these Fidenza rocks. Now, and what's really incredible about the NFT space is that even though it is not limited, we do need to, of course, practice due diligence. There is risk. NFTs are still new. It's a very volatile market. But with these marketplaces, okay, you have the ability to do that extra due diligence without needing to go and search in 100 different places. Now, if we bring it back to the third example that I want to share with you right now, this image changed the game for me when I first saw it. You see, even though I've been trading and investing for almost 8 years now, one thing that I've been doing even longer than that was gaming. I've been gaming since I was around 3 years old. So over 25 years of gaming experience. And one of the things that always was a struggle, and if you game, you're going to know exactly what I mean by this. All of that time and all of that effort that I would put into playing the games, leveling my character, getting progress, at the end of the day, I did not own any of that. The account wasn't mine. The accomplishments weren't mine. the gold and the items weren't really mine. And so NFTs are a perfect complement to the gaming industry, not just because of the proof of ownership. It also presents a unique opportunity for virtual experiences and social interactions. And so think about this. What we're looking at right now is a glimpse into one of the metaverses that Atari is in the process of creating as of this very moment. There are a lot of people in the world that, after everything that happened with COVID-19, don't feel comfortable going out and doing things in public. The thought of going to an amusement park is frightening for some people. That's just the reality. Those same people, though, would get ecstatic at the idea of being able to go into a virtual world and meet up with their friends and family. So imagine having the same type of experience where it feels as if you are in the metaverse, riding rides, playing games, having the opportunity to go into that experience with your friends, with your family, feeling as if you are right there rather than just looking at a computer screen. And because NFTs give us that proof of ownership, everything that we earn and accumulate inside of that metaverse experience gives us the opportunity to actually own that time. It is absolutely incredible what we're seeing with the gaming and the play to earn movement. And beyond that, social hangouts, concerts. And so I really want you to think about this for a minute. We are living in a time where things are changing rapidly. Literally every single day, whether you're looking at the news headlines or whether you're looking for different ways to create income. The NFT space is just one of those emerging technologies that we as individuals have the ability to take action and capitalize on. But what's more than that is that we now have a way to literally be involved shoulder to shoulder with some of the largest industries and brands that exist today. Brands like Disney. They just released NFTs recently through the Vive platform. It's absolutely astonishing to me to really think about how things have evolved. And the main reason why I love this space, beyond the fact that it's equal opportunity, again, it all stems back to how I got involved. And I want to leave you with this. Even if you don't see the value in owning digital assets, does mean that there are not other people out there that are willing to pay tens, hundreds, or even millions of dollars to have the opportunity to own that digital asset. And then imagine what happens as we see more and more integration with real world experiences, like being able to pull up to a restaurant with some of your best friends, no reservation, but you've got an NFT membership. And you walk up to the hostess with your party of 6 and you say, I'd like a table. They scan and verify that you actually have a membership. And even though the restaurant is absolutely packed out, they take you to a special table. And there you go. You are now taking that next step into seeing how we're going to have even more examples just like that within the very near future. And the best thing about all of this, I didn't even really scratch the surface on the metaverse. We've got I'm super excited for the individual that's going to be talking to you about this. But even with the development of wearable technology, That same example of walking into a restaurant, skipping the guest list, going directly to a special members only table. Imagine what happens when you put on your wearable smart goggles. And with a pair of glasses, you now get transported into that restaurant's metaverse for an entirely unique experience. It is absolutely mind-blowing to think about where this could go. And what I want to do right now is I want to bring up the next individual that's going to be diving into what the metaverse actually is and why this is something that is so significant when you think about how our digital experience is going to feel as if we are actually there. So I'm super excited for this individual. He's one of the best traders that I know, super, super knowledgeable. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pass it over to the one, the only Nick Gomez. Drop some threes in the chat for Nick. Let's go.
All right, what's up, everybody? Super excited to be here. How we doing, everyone? Hope everyone is having a fantastic night. And Zach, man, you crushed it. I hope everybody really took advantage and took some serious notes, because NFTs is something that is so powerful, and that you really need to understand the new industries, where cryptocurrencies is going. And if you're a guest here and this is your first time really tuning in, listen, we're talking cryptocurrencies. We are talking about what non-fungible tokens are. And folks, we're going to talk about the metaverse. Who's excited about the metaverse? So welcome, everybody. Super excited. I'm actually just going to get straight to it. I'm going to share my screen here. Folks, let's put, what can we put in here? Let's actually put DCX in the chat box. If for those of you that are part of us, how much value have you been receiving lately? The metaverse projects, the metaverse hype, I mean, the metaverse opportunity. See, you're on this call maybe because you want to get educated about cryptocurrency. And let me tell you, we are literally about to share some drastic information that, you know, just like it changed my life, it could drastically change yours and give you the opportunity to get access to something that could just break it all down to the T with incredible educators and incredible platform that'll help you. So folks, here we are. What is the metaverse? I'm sure everybody's been seeing it. Everybody's been talking about it. Listen, we just saw Mark Zuckerberg, of course, as we all know, the owner of Facebook, just recently changed Facebook's name to Meta. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen maybe the movie Ready Player One. I actually watched it last night, or maybe the movie Free Guy, or you have seen VR, augmented reality. You have seen a little bit of what movies have foreshadowed. And let me tell you, we are finally here, and it's right in front of us. I think this technology is personally about to soar, and don't take it from me. Take it from companies like Facebook, now called Meta, that are investing millions and millions and millions of dollars, and so many different platforms and companies are racing to now be able to be the top contender in the top company. And I want to give you guys an introduction as to what Meta is. So let's get straight to it. What is this metaverse? What is going on? Zach touched on it perfectly, because you guys got to literally get educated about what an NFT is. So maybe you've seen these NFTs go for $1 million, $2 million. You've seen people trading them, buying them, selling them, obtaining them, minting them. Well, this NFT world is now connecting with the metaverse, and it's all connected with cryptocurrency. So what is this metaverse? And I want to just hit right on the nail, because most people think that this metaverse is, I don't know, just gaming, or it's just for teenagers, or it's just a world for, you know, people to play video games on. Let me tell you, that is not it. It is so much more than you can imagine. It's a world where it's virtual. You know, we just briefly cover it. The metaverse is a place where virtual reality, 3D worlds, the internet, and gaming all come together, and people interact together. So most of us, we hang out, right? But in person, but when we're not with our friends and family, we're in group chats, and we're on our cell phones in these 2D, right? We can only read, we can't see, we don't feel as connected. And for example, most people only talk on these group chats, and you never really get to see the person's facial reaction. We laugh, we text LOL or whatever it is, or ha ha ha. But imagine being able to have these conversations and visually see somebody's facial expression and what they're actually seeing in the actual metaverse. This is what the metaverse is bringing. And a simple way to bring it, think of the internet, but in 3D virtual and augmented reality. When you're sending a video to your friends, they'll feel like they're right there with you at that moment, instead of just viewing through a window on their screen. When you're playing games with your friends, it'll feel like you're right there together in a different world, instead of just looking at your computer screen. So the metaverse isn't just this virtual world that is being created that's already been out. It's a world that we're also going to be blending, all right, connecting both the metaverse, which is this virtual world, into the real world with these glasses that they're actually out. One of the companies called the Ray-Bans actually already has one of these augmented reality glasses where you're able to interact in a virtual world while still being in the real world. So I know it sounds really, really crazy. And if maybe you're on this call and you're like, man, NFTs, crypto, I don't even know what Bitcoin is yet. We're hitting you with some very powerful information. Let me tell you what we're sharing with you guys. It's so much opportunity if you're a guest here to get literally hands-on. I'd say it's like hearing about Bitcoin when it was a couple thousand or a couple hundred, or for example, hearing about NFTs the first time they came about. Metaverse is a new industry. It's a new craze behind cryptocurrency. And we're going to show you how you could take full-blown advantage of it. All right. So to our left, check this out. To our left, everybody, this is a meeting room. So if you've ever hopped on a Zoom, if you've ever hopped on a Skype platform, maybe if you remember Skype and Uvu back in the day, most of us just saw each other right now. Like you guys are just seeing me right now on your laptop, computer, cell phone, etc. But imagine going into workrooms and visually seeing somebody's avatar, how they want to represent themselves, how they want to dress, all of which are wearables that are NFTs. Where, for example, if I'm hosting this Zoom right now, you guys are able to be in this metaverse office or conference, and I get to show you guys all of my NFT collections on the wall, right? Or for example, everybody that is attending the actual meeting you could feel like you're actually there. And the blending that I was talking about, mixing the real world with the virtual world, is here to the right. Here to the left, you're getting a taste of augmented reality with some of these headsets, for example, a big company called Oculus that lets you see this virtual world. But to our right, these are regular Ray-Bans glasses that with the click of a button, you're able to see the metaverse. And for example, I'm gonna paint you the picture here, right? You're in Central Park, New York, you're playing chess, but you're not playing chess with somebody that's actually sitting in front of you. You're playing chess with a buddy from Germany, and you're playing chess on a virtual pieces, and all the pawns and the kings and the queens are all virtual, but you feel like your buddy's actually there. You get to talk, you get to speak, you get to see him, you get to see his reactions when you make a move, etc. These are the two types of metaverses and the different types of virtual worlds that we're going to be diving deep into, and how we're going to be blending the real world into the metaverse. And what's exciting is, let me kind of take this a little bit deeper so you can kind of make sense to you. Let's say you're traveling. I'm not a big fan of tour guides, but I kind of like knowing where things are. I'm always on the iMaps and looking at all the tourist attractions. Where can you take the best pictures? Now imagine you're in Central Park and you put on these Ray-Ban glasses, you click a button, and you're able with these glasses to be guided through the lenses as to steps and guides from somebody right here. Let's say you paid a company in the metaverse to teach you, okay, these are the best places to take pictures, and it gives you a walk path to that place. Or, look over here. Let's say you look to, I don't know, a statue in the Central Park, and you click on your lens, and for example, it gives you the whole history, an explanation, a video, for example, of what that statue is. Folks, this is the future. And we're giving you a breakdown, an introduction to it, because there's ways to potentially earn income, so many different ways to earn here in the metaverse, both investing into crypto projects, trading in the markets, and also taking advantage of the technology that's ever growing. So we covered Facebook, of course. Facebook changed their name to Meta. But now that, Zach did an incredible job covering NFTs, I kind of want to hit you with some big facts. Twitter Yes, Twitter is implementing NFTs. Coinbase, one of the largest exchanges here in the US, implementing an NFT marketplace. If you look, for example, at Facebook, they're all in on the metaverse. GameStop, if you're a gamer, they're building an NFT marketplace. Nike right now is working on NFT verification of shoes and actual gear. So for example, this virtual world that is being created by so many different companies and cryptocurrencies, I want you to see it like this. Every time that you buy an article of clothing at the actual Nike retail store, imagine if by purchasing a t-shirt or by purchasing a hat or some shoes, you also get that same shoe with a code, and you go back to the metaverse, you plug in that code, and now you have that same shoe that was once in the real world, but you get to rock it also in the metaverse. I'm giving you examples that are up and coming because we're even seeing Warner Brothers, starting to release NFTs and music. Some of these artists are all releasing albums online in the blockchain, all through NFTs. So it's happening right in front of you. And it's more than just investing into a crypto, trading it. Folks, there's even virtual land. Now, I know what you're thinking. I said the same thing. What do you mean virtual land? Well, there are people that are learning how to buy properties, land, what we call parcels. You look at it as acres in the real world. Here, they're called parcels in different types of metaverses, and people are buying and selling these virtual lands. And we teach you actually how to do that through the blockchain and through these different metaverses. So look at it like this. In the metaverse, you could buy and flip land. You could rent your land. Yeah, you heard it right. You could rent land. You could even get a job in the metaverse, which is this virtual world. You could be an employer in the metaverse. And how I could put it to you is, recently, one of the largest concerts in the world was actually Ariana Grande's. I don't know if you're familiar, if you're a Fortnite player on this game, or maybe you've heard of Fortnite, and ignore that it's a video game, but just pay attention to what I'm sharing with you. Fortnite had a live concert for Ariana Grande where 12 million people attended. Where in the world can anybody host a concert where 12 million people can attend? Well, in the metaverse, you can. It doesn't matter if you're in Japan, the US, Colombia, Canada, Asia. You could have all felt with your buddies like you are right there in that concert. Now, I want you to think as a business owner or somebody as an entrepreneur. If 12 million people in this metaverse attend this concert, and the second that they leave this concert, they see an ad of a business or of Coca-Cola or Sprite or Nike, do you think those 12 million viewers and eyes, do you think that costs something? Or is that valuable? Or is that, imagine your business's name is right there with an advertisement. Folks, that is what's being shifted. With the pandemic recently, it has literally been a layup for the metaverse to become, because most of us do not leave our houses. I just ordered Uber Eats, for God's sake. People don't, leave their house much after the pandemic. You could get your groceries off a click of a button. You could get Uber Eats off a click of a button. You could get a handyman off a click of a button. So everybody now is used to being home. And now even with the metaverse, you could jump into this virtual world and that same day be in Vegas, go to a casino, be with your friends in South America, go to an NFT gallery with all of your buddies in 30 minutes. It gets really, really drastic. So there's different types of metaverses that I want to give you guys a full-blown update on. There is Decentraland has one, for example, Sandbox has another one, Engine has another one. Facebook is developing their own. We do not know which one is going to be the biggest or where everything is going to be, but we do know ones that are key plays, and we're going to be sharing with you with our platform. We're going to be bringing back our host, John Guaman, to really share with you how you could get started and learn, because we walk you through everything, where to be potentially looking at these projects, why we're looking at these projects, what we believe that these projects could potentially perform, what you could do inside those metaverses and these NFTs to potentially obviously earn an income. And Decentraland has been a project, for example, let me just actually jump to a chart really quickly. Mana, folks, this project, Decentraland, just so you can kind of get an idea, in October 28th, it's not like, oh, I missed the Bitcoin move. I wasn't a part of Bitcoin when it was 2017, 18. No, this happened in October. Mana was 74 cents, and now it's $4.18. And we guided all of our students and everybody that's part of our academy in getting positioned, so much that, for example, here's a picture. We got involved in this project, for example, around 250 for most, some even earlier. And you could see the price here. It's 250, and here it's already $4.18. So of course you could trade, you could learn how to invest, but at the same time you could learn how to participate. And it's all with the platform that John's going to break down. But I really wanted to guide you guys because in my opinion, this is that new industry. This is that new place where crypto is going to blossom. And it gives you an opportunity. If you felt like you haven't been a part of it yet, it gives you an incredible opportunity to be a part of these different tokens like Decentraland, Engine, Sandbox. All of these projects have gone ballistic in price. And it's not just about making money as price goes up, but it's about learning the skill set of potentially trading, potentially taking advantage of the metaverse. Maybe you own a business and you could start taking advantage of the metaverse and building your businesses online also in the metaverse. So it gets really, really exciting. And lastly, before I pass it over to John, folks, you're going to have a full-blown platform sharing with you exactly trade ideas of when to enter, for example, actual trading of BTC, XRP, Ethereum. You're going to have also educators like Mikey, Curtis, myself, Crypto Picasso, who you're going to hear from. And all of these individuals, they send you potential trade ideas to add to your portfolio. See, we do the work for you. There's 13,000 different cryptocurrencies in the world. And with our knowledge, our expertise, our years of experience, we cipher through all of these projects, and we're able to put you in front of up and coming projects like Solana, projects like 88 Cardano, XRP. And now we're diving deep into the Metaverse NFT world, and we're putting people in a position to win. So folks, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm so excited for everybody that was actually here, because listen, if you like these live calls, you're going to have access to live educators, just like we're having this. It's not just an academy. You're going to have actual mentors and educators every single day of the week, breaking down this information, sharing with you what they're seeing in the market, their strategies, how to get involved in the markets, when to exit the markets, their strategies. I mean, just full-blown education. And to me, let me tell you, education is key. If you would have known about Bitcoin when it was $400, you would have invested. But what stopped you, or what didn't let you or allow you to get involved? It was maybe the lack of opportunity. You didn't know about it, or maybe you did, and the lack of education stopped you from getting involved in crypto. I was literally today, I met an individual today that was helping me out with my car, and he got involved very early on in the crypto space, right? But sometimes education could put you on the right track and the right journey to fully succeed in this space of cryptocurrency. And there's so much income, there's so much possibilities and opportunities in the market. All I'm saying, guys, is you need educators, you need the right education, the right opportunity. So folks, it's been an absolute pleasure. I don't have too much time with y'all. So John, I'm gonna pass it back to you. But for those of you guys that are on, let's put, again, DCX in the chat box if you guys are fired up with the information you guys received from NFTs to, of course, the metaverse, and all the which more that's about to come. So John, I'm gonna pass it back to you, my man. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, Nick. Guys, get that DCX in the chat. Let's get those DCX in the chat still rolling. We appreciate you so much, Nick. Without a shadow of a doubt, bro. You went so in depth with really crypto, the metaverse, and how that's going to be utilized in our day-to-day life. And it's so crazy. I mean, I can testify to some of the positions and some of the ideas that you've been throwing. I mean, I remember, Nick, when I first got involved with trading crypto, you were there and you guided me to buying XRP when it was at 15 cents, 20 cents. And that was a crazy play for me. And I remember when Jordan and Zach actually talked about, I think it was what was it? Crypto punks for a little bit. And they were talking about Bored Apes. And then I remember Jordan actually was the one who gave me a position to earlier on Sandbox at 80 cents a coin. So, I mean, that was crazy. So it's really not about what you know as much as it is who you know in this entire, model. And the beautiful part about, Nick and Jordan and all the educators that you guys have heard from the last 4 days, we've really kind of talked about the metaverse and NFTs and gaming on a surface level. But the beautiful part about this thing is hey, once you want to know more information, you always have Nick and Jordan, you have Zach, you have Mike, You have so many different types of educators that you can really tune into and learn from and get that in-depth information instead of learning about all the gains right after that they have happened. You know, Solana was called out at like $30 an entire coin, and now it's sitting at just above $200. You know, a lot of these, plays are being taken. And guys, we're living right now in the most blessed time period to be alive. In an age of information, ignorance is just a choice. So please, if you guys loved what you heard today, go back to the person who brought you on the call and tell them, hey, look, I want to know some more information. I want to hop on Go Live sessions with Nick or with Zachary Hogan. Nick is on 3 times a week. Zach is on, I think it's like every single day with Forex, and then every just a couple of times in the entire DCX side. So guys, go back to the person who got you on the call and tell them, hey, look, I'm ready to get started. I want to hop on a couple more sessions, make a little bit more money with trading, or look at a couple more positions with gaming. And I appreciate all of y'all for hopping on board today. We maxed out this call. Tomorrow we have another day of a DCX free trial where we're going to be going over in depth how to create wealth with DCX, and also more of the entire academy in terms of a platform. So I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in, and I'm going to talk to you guys soon. Peace.